Men have a tendency of being jealous if our women date foreign African men.
Yes.
Right?
Especially those fucking Angolans.
Yeah.
No, that's it, the Angolan
That's
era.
our discussion today.
I don't think that discussion the other day.
Basho.
No, it
was like Namibian men are not romantic.
When your son's up with the Angolans.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
When it's so low.
Okay, that's another angle. It's the Minister of Sport. Not in Tetwa. EFF, geen of fuck om me. EFF say fuck off, futsal. You want your Springboks, man.
They refuse to celebrate. Guys.
Yeah, they refuse to celebrate.
Like I go now, you see, you guys are celebrating with the government's money.
Yeah. Any parliament. The EFF. Die hele parlement, ANC goed allemaal. De EFF zit zo. Toen hulle graag sing, dus staan die EFF. Honorable Speaker. This circus that's going on here in parliament. Tell these people they must put back to the airport. Go and enjoy there.
Yeah.
Okay. This is parliament.
This is a revolutionary house.
Yeah.
Juju's a boy.
I don't know what that guy gives those boys, but those guys are stubborn, my guy.
Those guys have decided to be different. Like I said, fuck
With their yeah. With their overall.
You see, with that template, if this SWAT boy and those guys get into parliament, it's going to be chaos in our parliament.
We are pushing against all effort to pull because this 1996, 1994, 1996.
Song is finished.
Huh?
Song Aganga.
Oh, okay.
Don't cherry now your hangover. Yeah, got me feeling like singing early on a Thursday morning. 7:29 or 7:30 rather, that is the timings, of course. Top Cherry featuring the Black Box Entertainment crew with that one, detailed Hangover.
Hangover. No, why can't they not just say babalas? Why must they say hangover?
You know how difficult it is to rhyme with babalas.
Babarasa.
And then you rhyme with what?
Babalapke.
Alright, morning. How's the Wednesday?
Hi, Bruce.
I know it's Thursday,
It's Thursday. Yeah, one more day. Slap it.
Photos begin and rest.
Slap. It will not slap.
Alright guys, it's time for your sports news for this morning. Right here on the Morning Mix. And we start off with some local news. Neville's favorite sport, boxing. This is reporting from the Namibian newspaper. There will be a lot at stake when Jeremiah Low-Key Nakathila defends his WBO Global Junior Lightweight title against Zimbabwe's Peter Pambeni in the main bout of the Champions in Action Bonanza at the Pepe Country Club on November 23rd, just the day before the Emperor's birthday. With Nakathila currently ranked...
Who's the Emperor?
Don't ask that question.
Before the Emperor's birthday?
Yes. Don't throw me off course, man.
Yeah.
With Nakathila currently ranked third in the world by the WBO, I didn't know that. A victory will put him in line for a world title fight, but he faces a tough customer in Pambeni, who is still unbeaten after 3 fights in Namibia. In August, of course, he beat Namibia's Danny Boy Falesiano to claim the WBA Africa lightweight title, while earlier in his career, he also beat Siegfried Kaperu and Junius Amunyela on Namibian soil.
The 23rd.
23rd, yeah, 23rd of November.
23rd of November. Phew, I can't wait. It's my favorite venue when it comes to boxing.
Country Club.
The Country Club, because you are in very close proximity to the ring. But Jason basis is the ring is like right here. So you can really see the sweat and the blood and So
And there's a casino close by.
and there's a casino. Yeah, I've never liked the Ramatex
Yeah, Ramatex, I
is
think
as a venue for
the
boxing.
venue is a bit too big
It's
for
too
certain
big, man.
things.
It's too big. It's
But
too
some of those factory buildings are smaller. Are
Yeah.
they anyway occupied? Is there stuff going on there?
I'm
Or are they-
not sure.
Of Stanley Netso.
Kenny, but I'm really looking forward to this bout. I will definitely be there. It's something that I continuously do. Especially, it's normally me and my boys' night out. I normally take my sons to all
boxing.
all these title fights, and we spend the evening together before they go their way 1 o'clock in the morning, and I go home.
Oh, I lost you.
Nee, but there was what me and my sons normally do. Say, no, Daddy, let's go watch boxing. So we would normally go, to the boxing, say around 9-10 o'clock. We get there. It's the last time. It's a little bit of a drag to be, at the boxing from 7 o'clock when the first bout starts coming. So around 9-10ish, when the bigger bouts really starts
coming,
hitting up, then we go. So then we hang there until about 12:30 until the main bout. So after the fights, come on, man, these guys are 21, 22 years old. Nee, and it doesn't need that. So their evening starts then. So when we leave the country club, they say, okay, Daddy, sharp. I say, no, kom jy nie is toe nie. Nee, Daddy, ons check borrow.
That's a stone. So later.
Yeah, so then they go their way and I drive home.
That's pretty cool. But 23rd of November, Champions in Action Bonanza.
If you're around, we should go together.
The country. I actually haven't really went to go watch. I haven't watched boxing live in the movie.
It's the coolest thing, I tell you.
What is it?
And our boxers are very, very talented. And I think for the fact that I've been in boxing now for the last 5 months, boxing myself, on a weekly basis. It's a sport that I like. I really, really like boxing. I mean, ek het gister geboks, my arms is seer me. Seer. Yeah.
Do they show action replays in the venue?
That's the wait. Yeah, no, they do. They do.
They set up like projector screens.
Yeah, they are projector screens, and sometimes they do. Yeah, I think the last 2 fights of the one tournament that I watched at the Dome in Swakopmund, they had action replays. So, but I'm really looking forward to that.
It's pretty cool. Also, something happening this weekend: the Dr. Hage Geinkop Cup. The Brave Warriors, of course, upped their preparations for the 6th edition of the Dr. Hage Geinkop Cup on Saturday at the same Nyoma Stadium against Zambia. Interim coach Bobby Samaria has announced a training squad of 24 players who started training on Monday morning at the match venue. All the players called up, with the exception of Hendrik Somaib, were present at the 2 training sessions. Speaking to Nampa at the training session, Samaria said he has opted to use locally based players for the match against Zambia before blending in foreign stars for the African Cup of Nations qualifier matches scheduled for later this month.
Another opportunity to showcase our soccer talent, which is being handicapped by politics and administrative egos at this moment in our soccer. But we would urge once again Namibians to go in big numbers to the Sem Nyoma Stadium on Saturday for OMEP's Cup. OMEP's a cup, man.
But it's a nice preparation for the Brave Warriors. We're taking on, I think, Guinea later on in the month for our first AFCON qualifier, or in this round of AFCON qualifiers.
But here we're playing who? Shipolopolo.
Zambia, yeah.
Oh, okay, we play Shipolopolo. That would be a good match. I would be happy to play Shipolopolo because they almost cost us our African Nations Cup. position.
Yeah, but we still went through.
We still
and
went
they
through.
did not.
Yeah, so be so.
Yeah, don't forget. Moving on to some international news. Boxing, Deontay Wilder insists an undisputed fight with Andy Ruiz would be even more exciting than a long-awaited showdown with Anthony Joshua. You're the boxing expert. What is your analysis?
Wow. I was hoping that sometime through this year they're going to talk about that one. Because Anthony Joshua, I would love to see him against Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is the Mexican fighter who beat Anthony Joshua.
Knocked him senseless.
And they will have they have another, a crack at each other again on the 7th of December now. Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. So really looking forward to that. But, yeah, the unification bout between Ruiz and Wilder. That would be an awesome fight.
That would be an awesome fight.
Yeah.
Hopefully that one is on the cards for maybe early, mid next year.
Yeah.
We'll keep, By the way, if you check, I think it was the Namibian newspaper today, they have this profile on the inside of their back page of our Paralympic athletes who are currently in Dubai.
Nice, man.
Nice. Yeah, it's a very interesting spread. You can go read it for yourself. I was actually quite touched when I looked at it. But anyway, checking out some results from the PSL last night. Mamelodi Sundowns were made to endure a frustrating evening in the AFSA Premiership as they were held to a goalless draw by an obstinate Baroka outfit at the Peter Makaba Stadium. That was last night.
You know what? Pizzo,
Masimane,
the best coach, soccer club coach, in my view, in the history of the PSL. Started off very, very slowly after he became Bafana coach a few years ago. Went to Sundowns. But, wow, what a job he has done.
He has done a great. They are the defending champions.
They are the defending champions. And Pizzo, and mind you, he's one of the few very, very successful black coaches in South African soccer. And he seems to be winning the Premier League or the PSL time after time and cups after cups. Obviously with a lot of financial backing from the owner. So, but Amakosi.
Speaking of Amakosi,
wait. Come on, there's a ritual here. Amakosi. Yeah, okay.
Amabagabag. Kaizer Chiefs strengthened their position at the top of the AFSA Premiership standings last night as they beat Chippa United 2-0 at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium.
Amakosi, man.
Yeah. I was if you missed it, Pirates played the previous night. I think they drew 0-0. Young, I was checking that log table and Ekes was a Pirates fan.
Ajay Pirates. Yo, mucho.
Siroba.
Ja, Siroba.
Ons het nummer 7.
Yes,
I don't even want to watch Premier League football.
It's you know what, Cubase, I've had a horrid time in the PSL the last couple of years being a Kaizer Chiefs supporter. Like last year was just bad.
It was brutal.
It was brutal. I mean, I say again, the All Blacks is the one team that keeps on saving my sporting year. Daar is ook die bus uitgeval hierdie jaar. So I can't count on Arsenal. I could never count on Chiefs. But they are doing extremely well at the moment.
Let's set board the table. I think they are now
7.
They were 5 points clear. I think they should be 7 points clear now.
7 or 8 points clear. Could be.
Sundowns, I think, who are in second through. So yeah. About 7, 8 points clear. So they're doing pretty well.
Man. Oh, long class.
For the first time in a long time. Now here's something crazy. You remember Pep Guardiola took a dig at Sadio Mane,
Oh, yes.
calling him a diver. Well, the Liverpool forward will not change his style of play despite Pep Guardiola's diving accusation. The Man City boss first made the claim last weekend when the Senegal international was booked after going down in the penalty area following a challenge by Aston Villa's Frederick Gilbert. Reds boss Reds boss Jurgen Klopp jumped in to his defense, and Guardiola subsequently wrote back on the comments saying they were part of a longer speech in which he praised the forward, and it was far away from my intention to say Sadio is the type of player because I admire him a lot. Well, Mane, unaware of the subsequent climb down at the time, having played the 2-1 Champions League victory over Genk, was unmoved by Guardiola's initial criticism, as he believes if there is contact, he has the right to go down. And he offered a sarcastic response to the City boss ahead of the two sides meeting at Anfield on Sunday, saying, yes, if it could be a penalty, for sure I will dive again. So
was no gat
you call me a diver as Jimmy Anrak Exal. That is what it is.
Yeah. I think over the years, many a successful team, there's always been a player in any successful team who along the way has been accused of diving. I remember during Arsenal's golden years, we had a player called Robert Pires. He used to be called the diver. But os Telly Balangni, os Venos games. I think there was a time when Ashley Young of Man United, even their own supporters were like, "Man, di maniki, stop picking him. I will not dive."
Even Ronaldo was accused of diving at some point. Suarez was a diver. And I remember, like a couple of years back, it was a bit more problematic being labeled a diver. No, I feel everybody is diving these days. So
now that you talk about it, yes, it's true. Suarez, Ronaldo, divers. It's just Messi who was never labeled ever as a diver.
Messi will falle, he will spill.
He will spill. Yeah. Eat that.
And it didn't even come from me. Yeah. Okay. Let's run through some of the results from last night. You watched the Champions League matches. Maybe let's start with the Europa League. Arsenal against Victoria, 1-1 away draw for the Gunners. Did you watch the match?
Yeah.
Who? I was waiting for you to come tell me how Xhaka did.
He was stripped of the captaincy.
Yes, but didn't he play? He was supposed to be introduced in this match.
I don't think he played, and I hope he never plays again. We are waiting. Kijk, Cubase, long story short. If Emery lose against Leicester this weekend,
which is highly likely,
nee, dan is het klaar. Regtig, dan moet hy gaan.
I also think he's probably the first manager who's going to get sacked.
No, he's going to get sacked. Hy moet cheap. And there were talks about Mourinho coming to Arsenal. There's no way I want that man at Arsenal.
He's going to give you one thing that you guys have been lacking, and that's that steal at the back. But then he's going to frustrate that attacking football that Arsenal wants to play.
Sort
of a catch-22.
Yeah. Player of all players scored for Arsenal last night.
Scored Dan Mustafi.
Scored. Just to mess it up again in the 94th minute.
Is it him who caused the goal as well?
Yeah. Like, kyk hoe die bal oor hulle se koppe gaan being scored. Agro ball. Yeah. So, yeah.
I give up on you.
I can't remember when was the last time Arsenal have won a game. I've given up on that.
Hey, you've been drawing a lot recently.
We draw. We like Man United.
Ons sal check wat gebeur die weekend. Well, let's run through some of the results from last night in the Champions League before we just talk about a couple of them. Bayern Munich, fresh off firing Niko Kovac, beat Olympiacos at home at the Allianz Arena 2-0. Juventus traveled to Lokomotiv Moscow, and they came away with a scrappy 2-1 win. Cristiano Ronaldo frustrated after he got substituted in the match. He had a very uneventful night. Manchester City, surprise, surprise, were held by Atalanta in Italy, 1-1, the final score there. Kyle Walker at some point playing as goalkeeper.
I heard that.
Yeah, Atleti lost to Bayer Leverkusen in Germany, 2-1. That group is also an interesting group. Tottenham Hotspurs picked themselves up and beat Crvena Zvezda 4-0. They also had to travel away. Shakhtar Donetsk and Dinamo Zagreb drawing 3-3 on the night. Paris Saint-Germain beating Club Brugge by the single goal. I actually watched like a little bit of that match and then I just passed out. And Real Madrid romping to a 6-0 victory at home against Galatasaray. They went 3-0 ahead, I think within like the first 10-12 minutes of the first half.
Hulle het ook 'n jong laddertjie in die span, 18 jaar oud.
Rodrigo.
I don't know what's his name, but apparently he scored like 2 or 3 goals.
Rodrigo is the other Brazilian youngster.
Oh, okay.
This was David Vinicius and Rodrigo wat hulle gekoop het.
Ah, nice man. Nice.
Pretty cool. Congratulations, Zidane. I think the pressure is a little bit off until this weekend again. I'm not even sure who they are playing. But yeah, it's going to get crazy. Some of the transfer news. Will you a rugby praat? Jy almost on your rugby. You want to talk about your Springboks?
Dis my Springboks. Shene.
about your All Blacks.
Elotse.
There's no real new rugby news coming out right now. It's just the Springboks celebrating and I guess touring South Africa.
Yeah. Again, let's start with my team, with the All Blacks. Looking for a new coach at the moment. Like we said yesterday, I think a lot of the teams are into transition at the moment. Looking for a new coach. I think it's going to take a while for the All Blacks to probably get a new coach. South Africa on the other side, very jubilant time at the moment in South Africa because they are parading the cup all over the country. I believe they have a few pit stops that they have. Joburg, Cape Town, Pretoria. They're traveling all over with the cup.
I was checking one of the headlines on Sports 24 is the Springboks to visit Soweto, and apparently Soweto used to hate the Springboks.
Yeah.
I don't know what the history is there.
You don't know what the history is?
No, in terms of rugby, it's not like I watch rugby, guy. I don't know how the South Africans feel about the Springbok team or how certain factions of South Africa feel. I thought after they won the World Cup, it unified the country.
Yeah.
The first one, anyway, in 1995.
Yeah. The thing is, South Africa unfortunately goes through these racial, cultural ups and downs between black and white and black
and foreigners
and whatever.
Yeah.
So rugby is the one sport that brings South Africans together, even if it's just for a while. But there's this euphoria at the moment in South Africa about unity. I mean, I checked. I think with the last World Cup and even with the previous one, which they won in 1995, I've never seen so much black support for the Springboks. I mean, the other night when they arrived at Oliver Tambo Airport, it was just a sea of black people. I've never seen something like that, and it shows that because there are so many players of color in the Springbok team, it really brings a lot of people, you know, to the team. But then again, the EFF is not buying into this.
Nonsense.
No. The EFF, unfortunately, is the one organization. They stood up in Parliament the other day while the ANC and the DA
celebrating.
They were halala, halala. The EFF was just sitting like this. And one of the EFF members of Parliament said, Honorable Speaker, can these people just leave the house? Can they just go to to the airport if they want to go and make noise. This is Parliament. This is Parliament. This is not a circus.
As they celebrating with government money.
Yeah. So obviously the EFF, the alonbekende protagonist or antagonist, which I wanted to say. So, but congratulations to South Africa once again. They thoroughly deserve to win the World Cup. Yeah, I would just like to see, and obviously a lot of my friends were making fun about, poking me on social media again. Yeah.
All Black.
Yeah. And I said, no, the All Blacks is the one team that after every World Cup that they win, they maintain
that level
throughout until the next World Cup, whether they win it or lose it. And it's the first time in 12 years that we are not the top-ranked team in the world. We are second. But then again,
just wait until the next 3 matches.
We would love to see how the Springboks will do the next 2-3 games.
England as well.
Yeah.
They had an impressive showing, although they sort of capitulated in the final.
Kan nie wag om hulle weer te speel.
Revenge. All right, let's see what you guys have to say in the comments. Moro Nangula Ndino Shinge Numbembe. Good morning, welcome to the show. Marvin Richie Guamup. Yeah. Morning on the other side from the only white guy from this side.
Vista.
It's Richie, but then I think he's in Sudan, he told us the last time.
So he's the whitest. He's like
guy.
A cello bone. Cello bone.
Tell us what white privilege feels like. Please. John Shombe, good morning. How is the weather there? It's cloudy in Grootfontein. Ja, right. Ons reën gekry gister. It was cloudy, but we
Ons het 'n bietjie reën gekry.
Waar so by Elisenheim.
Elisenheim het bietjie reën gehad. Olympia het bietjie reën gehad. Ja, plek.
Hy Windhoek is mos so reën net in sommige lokasies. Who's this sound, please? I don't know. Is there a problem with sound? Nakala Gertrude asking, hey Nebel, Ombura Ipi.
Bye. Matukumba boy. Matukumba oriri.
Etienne Asepse More. Nakale also saying, my father was the best boxer those years, but I think I must start also boxer man shoe. I will even beat
Nakale. How old is this Nakale if he wants to start boxing now?
Nakale is a she. You want to beat?
Sorry. Askis.
You want to take on Neville as gender-based violence like that? We don't do those things here. Johnny Nambahu, morning guys. Bonita Daniels, Fluffy met die groen t-shirt. Morning. Oh, wait, Fluffy.
Kom maar nou, Fluffy. Some people.
Is it your noemnaam today?
Kom maar, ja.
Where's Maria?
Hey, wat lacht je? Gaan.
Hey, Fluffy.
There was this one time I had this t-shirt on and somebody said, Neville, are you promoting outsurance?
Because of the color?
Yeah, because of the color.
Oh, right. Tenga Kea also saying good morning, everyone. Lerato Roy, good morning, crew. Good morning, Lerato. Paulus Ndapewa, morning, guys.
That's one South African name that I love. Lerato.
Guamup Richie from Sudan. Brothers, it's awesome being white. Maar de reën hier so. And I sent some of the rain over. And Tena Nambwa, good morning, people. The scout here and it 12.
Get my swoop. Sudan, South Sudan, I know a couple of years back, Cubase, I think they went through a similar devastating drought that we went through, like what we're experiencing now. But I think in Sudan it was even worse. So, but to hear that there's some rain there, that's really good news. Good news.
Definitely good news. Guys, I think that is all we had for sports today. I could run through the European papers to see who's trying to buy who, but that's actually pointless because most of the rumors do not materialize.
Ons wag vir January, man.
Precies.
Now, we're going to have a very interesting discussion after 8. And we would like Namibian men especially to comment on this. Because we want to know, because Cubis, there seems to be an underlying level of apathy that we as Namibian men have about other African men who come here to our country and date our women here in Namibia. So the question that, especially because I know Maria is going to come very hard on us on this one. I know who she will be defending again. Yeah. Are Namibian men
a bit xenophobic?
Xenophobic when it comes to when our women are dating foreign African men. Not what African men. We have most issues with, but we'll discuss it. So we'll try and delve into the reasons why we have these issues.
Yes, let's try and get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
We pick it up in about 10-15 minutes right here on Informante Radio. You can also catch the live stream, of course, on Informante's Facebook page. Thank you for those of you that have joined us and I have been commenting. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Sports on the